Avengerls. But as I've said over the course of this series, I think Avengerls have shown the slightly better ganking. But I do think Newbee have shown the better teamfight execution. But after that point, I think he will probably want to head down bottom as the toss back puts Ancient Apparition way out of position. And one more punch from this time is going to do it, even with the windlass rotation. So they could even kill that before he's able to get anything. Root into another root. Mugi needs to get out of the cold feet. He does manage it. And Ancient Apparition, just not fast enough. It's going to be brought down with one more touch. Though, farm across the board, looking good for Avengerls. Tornado's been used, no defensive option for Deska, bad place for him to be. Follow-up stun, it's just too much. One more auto attack from AQ's gonna get it. And Newbee, strength to strength to strength this game. Oh, Tiny's running mid again. Oh, is this gonna be a toss into the tower? Invoker's fast enough with the Wex, fortunately. He wants that DD. Okay, now he's used the tornado, now what? Toss up. Stun completely whips. They really just want this rune. Rubik getting involved now. Same thing again. Have they spotted Deska yet? Okay, they see him now. Toss back. Stun finds its mark this time around. They don't have the double damage, but I think this might be enough. The creep wave arrives, so they're absorbing some of the edict. And turning around, YC might actually be dead to that auto attack. Good turnaround from Deska. Still had the fairy fire, in fact. So he was fine. And Ancient Apparition, kind of realizing what's going on here with all these tiny rotations, is going to come in. They're looking for the toss back over onto the Lesh. It's there, but there's the cold snap interrupting the Leshrac. He can't get the stun out. AQ's just stuck in his animation. He's got a fairy fire if he gets out of this stun. Does just manage to use it to turn around also as Oracle arrives. So 1 for 1, but they will not get the Invoker. Some side of the map locked down. A little bit of action up top. Shackle is going to latch onto the spot, but looking like Yim is very dead here. Wizard doesn't even need to use the Crush. Can they get anything else onto Zhao Yu, though? No. So they got to change something. Rubik keeping in, cold snap out. Nice tornado. Deska gets back to the creep wave. Now the lift back into tower range. I don't think Tiny is dead, but good for Avengerls. They only rotate 1 to keep the Invoker alive, and that's a 2-man commitment from Newbee. Ward helps him a little bit. He's looking to do his best. They're looking for the kill on Faith, and looks like they will get him. And AA actually just walks away. They didn't have the damage for it. Is AA dead? The battle for this outpost continues. Void? Okay farming item, but you're mostly farming with power shot. He dropped down, bash, chain stun, too much, nothing that Invoker can do. Nicely set up by YC and Wizard. Cost them all of their mana. Now the Chronosphere coming out. EXX, they really want this. Power shot along with some focus fire damage. AQ's not dead yet. Requires a little bit of a dive from Zhao Yu, and now Newbee looking for the turnaround. They want this Void kill. He's only got 1 point in Time Walk, but he's being kept alive. Great Shackle from the backside of the fight. Keeps him alive right as that last Oracle nuke comes through. That is going to be a concern a little bit later on. At least AA's got 6 now. Wizard diving. Bash. Crush. Ice Blast thrown out. Wizard taking a decent amount of damage, and Yim's going to go chasing for him. Can you get the lift? Not quite. And the toss in from the Tiny finishes the kill on the Ancient Apparition. Now they're looking for a further dive. AQ diving past the tower. Toss has been stolen, but Yim's a little bit light on mana, and now the toss comes forward. Toss goes back. Wizard comes in, and that's the end of that kill.
Reduce to your elements.
Got dealt with pretty quickly. Mugi. The stun is pretty long, but there's not that many procs. They might be able to find the turnaround. Here comes the Battle Trance. Ice Blast is coming in over the top as well. Faith, can he keep him alive? Mugi, unfortunately, is getting dragged away from his supports. And so Faith will not be able to make it happen. Actually, wow, Void at the Chrono top. Okay. And they get a Courier. Okay. They're going to lose the AA, but that's well worth it for EXX, who just TP's straight mid and straight back to farming to make some stuff happen. AA in just an insane position. But scouts out the Tiny, who's not going to get caught by the cold feet. What are the Avengerls supports doing? Why are you guys back here? What on earth? Like, I guess Wind Ranger was kind of in the area. This Leshrac is pretty fast. And and has the high ground advantage here. EMP gets thrown down to cover the retreat. Just really wanted the ward, and then they saw the tiny, and it was like, oh, well, let's try for this kill. Let's see. Nice block, but still going to be enough damage. Fate's Edict, not able to keep him alive, and is that finally they get some vessel charges. Faith running back in, wanted to put down the ward, but gets immediately spotted. 2 supports with the lockdown, does have the ultimate, but not really worth using to save himself. And Windranger not even willing to use the Invisor in there. Actually, TPing bottom, they do have the Chronosphere available. Can they catch 2? 8Q. Fairly healthy, but not that tanky. Yeah, here comes the jump forward. Chrono not popped just yet. Chrono gets popped. Mugi going to be looking for the escape. Actually going to continue fighting as the buyback now comes in from Faith. Mugi pops the ult. Looking for one more. Nice tornado. Going to open up a little bit more space, but AA still in some danger. Wizard running in. The river is his habitat. The river is his home. He's going to be okay. And Newbee trying to be quite aggressive with no battle trance. At least they've got False Promise. Deska's just going to go looking for the backlines, though, and they can't protect the backlines. YC will go in looking for the big Avatos combination. That keeps Faith alive. And now it's Yim who's actually in some danger. He steals the Avalanche and turns it back around. Wizard just emerges from the river, had a little bath, and now he's coming in to get some kills. Ancient Apparition put on ice. Rubik also brought down. So they're going to mostly be relying on the Tiny for the initiation. They don't quite have the lockdown on the Void, but he doesn't escape to the tree line. And YC is there to put him in his grave. Avengerls mostly waiting for BKBs, it looks like. One Wizard commit, doesn't seem like any real way to keep him alive here. Faith trying for the TP, but it's just too little too late.
Infinity.
What is Newbee going for? So he's also going BKB. Everybody is just building BKBs. AQ still being very greedy. Picks up the Yules and now is going back for the
middle tower
the full Bloodstone. Jump in. What can they find? The BKB just get on the Windranger. Stun does catch. Tornado trying to make the space, but AQ definitely dodges it, and Wizard is looking for more. They find the 2 supports up on the high ground. Fodder can tank a lot of damage, but Newbee ready to commit, and they've got the save. Chronosphere does come out. They're looking for this Leshrac kill. Couldn't get the Yules off in time. Tiny trying to make the space. Another big Avatos combination. Cold Warlock finally pops the Battle Trance, but he gets Yules. Now we can see why that was the decision for the Invoker. They're kiting Mugi out. He does find the 1 kill. They disarm the Void, but they will lose their Troll Warlord, and Faith is the bonus kill. As Avengerls only lose 2. And Newbee. 4 heroes falling. Did they... I don't think there's any buybacks or anything right now. Sort of just managed to... Newbee, you're supposed to be finding more pickoffs in between opponents, but it's really Avengerls just continuing to be the ones applying all the pressure, finding all the kills. AQ dies once again in the bottom lane.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire structures are
This guy plays really aggressively. Farms super aggro, and it seems like this Quasi-Vector is sort of the perfect way to punish his Wizard. Not a whole lot that he can do to really help out Faith here. Faith is dead. Wizard's running forward. TP is coming in from the Troll. Can they get some kind of combination going onto the Invoker? Deafening Blast comes out, but it won't be enough to save him. Bit too deep of a dive, and they will get the punish. Really looking for a little bit more. Mugi gets the slow. I don't even know if he's going to bother popping the Battle Trance. Okay, well, good pickoff into a bit of a dive too far. Void going to be going back for his Mjolnir. Finally, the BKB up for the Windranger. Alright, StarLadder gets tossed forward, but the BKB immediately comes out from the Void. There is a Chronosphere available. Jumping forward, Wizard in some danger. Chrono! Faith walks down off of the high ground, and Faceless Void says, thank you very much. Free kill for me. Next, they spot AQ, who looks like he will be able to bring down the Rubik. They keep the Void locked down. YC re-engaging nicely. BKB is available for the Windranger. Just going to go for the BKB TP out. He's got the Ice Blast. Mugi taking some damage. There's a power shot. This is dangerous. Another power shot and the Ice Blast. Mugi might just lose the Aegis immediately after he picks it up. There's the Ice Blast. Sunstrike. Mugi just gets out of range. And Faith throwing out the Faith Edict. Shackle with the Starter. He's still pretty tanky. Faith will pop the ultimate to save him, and should just be a full reset for Newbee. Invoker wants something here. AQ looking for the TP out. Invoker thinks about canceling it. Does do so with the Cold Snap, but now he's being caught out somewhat. Let's get Yules up into the air. Still has his own Yules to save. Nice Ice Wall. Will he be able to stay alive? Moogie's looking for him. BKB pop also at the battle trance, just wants to shoot through the Invoker, but he survives! He actually manages to walk away. They didn't have enough damage to finish him off, and now Troll Warlord gonna start being kited. They don't have the Oracle saves anymore. Nice lockdown on SLARDAR. Fate's Edict just barely coming off cooldown. Newbee, all things considered, not bad that they only lose the SLARDAR at the end of the day, but that did cost them the 10-second BKB on the Troll Warlord. Faceless Void has just been farming this entire time. Making the right decision, not really interested in participating. Oogie loses the Aegis. They gotta punish this. Alright, Windranger dead. Rubik is also dead.
Returns from whence it came.
Toss not happening. Oh, that was really toss. Not bad. Meanwhile, Void finds a telescope in the X-Sword. As, alright, AA was just on a warding mission and died to throw an Ice Blast top. Alright, they get the dust on the Invoker at bottom. Can he juke this out? Oh, they've spotted him with the Edict. AQ, there's the slow. No BKB or anything for Voker, and okay, so they shouldn't fight without Voker. They're gonna think about it. Wait, gotta be careful. There's the Shackle under the Troll Warlord, but there should be a save from Faith. Nice long-range False Promise, keeping him alive. Troll Warlord does have a lot of abilities to pop, but he's just getting bashed. EXS is not gonna let him go. Now he's just gonna turn around, try and pop the Battle Transit just in time. Can they keep this lockdown going onto the Windranger? Toss across. Void getting destroyed by Tiny. What a play from YC. Puts Void right in Moogie's path as he's battle trancing. And that is going to be such a clean team fight from Newbee. It's even some Bloodstone charges for the Lesh. Could not have asked for a better result for them. But what a toss.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Being completely drained of all of his mana. This is Invoker just by himself. He doesn't have any backup. No one's even alive, and does need to be a little bit careful with this sentry ward up on the hill.
Radiant's middle tower.
Okay, with that, we swing straight back from a 5k lead in Avengerls' favor, now to a 7.5k lead in that in the direction of Newbee. Faceless Void just not getting the chrono off. Problem that you're starting to see is that Newbee have 2 initiators and Avengerls really have none. Chrono lands onto 2. They found the backline, but they didn't get the Troll Warlord. He's going to get lifted. They will lose the Oracle, but is that going to be enough? Oracle immediately buying back, and Void, he's popped everything that he has. EXX now in a bit of danger. YC setting things up onto Yim. They've lost the 2 supports, and AQ waiting with the stun. EXX will not be able to escape. Can't get the time walk off. Windranger going toe-to-toe with the Leshrac, but I think there's just too much damage coming in the opposite direction, and YC finds one more. Invoker was trying to save a buddy. Couldn't do it. This Tiny is popping off, and Newbee looking like they might even be able to claim a Lane of Rax. So there's no buyback on the Void, no buyback on the Invoker. They're both dead for 1 minute, and there are creeps pouring into this base. Rubik wants to throw out a Fade Bolt, but he knows if he does, he's just going to straight up die. And this is looking like it might even be 2 lanes at this point. Potential Roshan respawn in 2 minutes.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
It was a good chrono, but then where was the follow-up? What does this Windranger actually do? Is Windranger able to lock on to one target and kill them? It has not been the case. And here comes Lane of Rax. Also, seemingly, Troll Warlord, good hero this patch. Seems like he is suiting the style and suiting some of the other picks. It could be a little bit to do with some of the other heroes that are popular. He just has good matchups, and of course, as we've seen this game, certainly good with SLARDAR. Toss in, BKB is available for Zhao Yu. Trying to commit for this kill, but is there going to be enough damage? Wizard's still pretty tanky. Faceless Void has already popped the BKB. Cataclysm comes in. It kills off Moogie. Choosing to save Wizard instead, and Moogie was just trapped. Newbee a little bit asleep at the wheel here. They took the 2 lanes of Rax and perhaps thought that the game was just over, but not the case, and that is going to be 3 quick kills for Avengerls. If they're really lucky, Roshan will instantly respawn, and they can just take that and swing the game back. But so we have all of the neutral items for both sides. We do. Tiny's the one carrying the Orb of Destruction. They've chosen to put the Paladin Sword on the Troll, which is actually crazy, given that they've got the Battle Trance and they've got the Oracle Ultimate. Wizard playing very aggressively. Chronosphere is available, but they know they need it They need a bigger chrono than just the SLI to win this upcoming fight. Got the puddle, YC, big damage onto the Void. He jumps it off, turns around, commits with the Chronosphere. Here comes the Cataclysm, but it's just on the 2 utility heroes, and they've got buybacks and a save from Faith. Now Mugi's in the back lines, tearing it up, still has the battle trance. They need to get the Invoker out of here, and the Void, but they can't do it. 2 of them dead. Invoker still thinking about making some kind of a play here, but Deska, there's really just nothing left for you. No bash, but they get the Yules on the Voker. He had so many chances to TP there, but just felt confident in his ability to Ghost Walk and run for it. Gets found out, and Newbee might just be able to come end this game right now. Yeah, AQ is threatening it. He's going to force the buyback. And the smoke straight in. Do they see anything? They've even got a ward. They see the Invoker. The smoke is coming. Deska, what are you doing farming? Not enough respect. Maybe thought that Newbee were just gonna go Roche or something like that, but well.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Invoker dead for 100, and Newbee in the base now here looking to close it out. Tiny still making the plays. Too much locked in on the winner injury, does not have the BKB. Mugi's already focusing onto the Ancient. This is Void figuring out what he can do, but there's just too much control, and it will be Newbee. After a bit of a heartbreaker in game number 1, they won that amazing team fight, and then back-to-back pickoffs on AQ saw them losing the game. They come back game number 2.